What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the best team in FIFA. In the last The Best Team in FIFA, I used one of my favourite teams so far this year to get the series rolling on again. Today we've got a team sent in by one of you guys on Twitter. He goes by the name of Custom Tactics on Foothead, and I appreciate him sending the team in. So what drew me to this team initially was the fact that it's not what I would normally go for this year in FIFA. I really wanted to go outside of my kind of comfort zone with players that I don't use often, and a formation that I haven't used for a long time. So it's the 4-1-2-1-2, which for me is really definitely a formation I don't use anymore because I rely massively on wingers. The 4-3-3, the 4-3-2-1, the 4-1-2-1-2 wide variant. I rely on those massively. Before we get into the rest of the video, if you could drop a thumbs up on this video, that'd be absolutely awesome. Let's try and get this over 7,000 likes. And secondly, if you want to send in your best team or favorite team this year for me to play with and review, twitter.com/NepentheZ, just send me your Foothead or Footwiz links, or instagram.com/NepentheZ, just tag me in your favorite team, and I will pick, as you know, I don't want to go for like the standard typical run-of-the-mill teams, although at this stage in FIFA almost every team is a typical run-of-the-mill team, but I want to go with teams that just offer a little bit of everything that could genuinely be considered the best team in FIFA, hence the name of the series. So today's team is a full BPL team. In goal, we have Asmir Begovic from Chelsea as the goalkeeper. Goes for about 1,000, maybe 1,500 coins. Very good goalkeeper, very nice stats, and somebody I just haven't used much this year, you know, just really haven't used him. In at right back, there is actually quite a lot of good right back options from the Premiership now due to Bellerin's upgrade. However, this right back isn't Bellerin, it's not Kyle Walker either, but it is Nathaniel Klein, another relatively cheap player. Blistering pace, 86 pace, really nice dribbling, good defending, good physical, really helps with the fullback position of the team. And on the other side of the team, we've got Gael Clichy. Again, you can go for fast options, but I like what Custom Tactics has done with the fullbacks. By the way, the fact that he hasn't just gone just for pace. Like, each person has a little bit of everything else. Like, Nathaniel Klein's got nice passing, nice dribbling, nice defending and physical. Gael Clichy a little lacking on the passing, but really nice defensive stats. And once coupled with the two centre-backs that we use, which is Otamendi and Laurent Koscielny upgraded version, it makes his defence absolutely solid. Otamendi's card is just retarded good. It was last year in, you know, obviously from the La Liga. It is this year. 75 pace, 86 defending, 82 physical. Koscielny 78 pace, 85 defending and 78 physical. I do believe personally that Koscielny deserves a bit of a pace upgrade. I think 82 or 83 would be a little bit closer to him, but that might just be me being a biased Arsenal fan. So the defence is absolutely solid. We've got really nice work rates, medium-high with Koscielny, medium with Otamendi. Really suits my style of play personally. Although I wouldn't, if I were you guys, I wouldn't ever get too caught up on work rates. Like, they're not the be-all and end-all of a good team. Like, some people just will not have two high attacking work rate centre-backs. I'll happily play with two high attacking work rate centre-backs, so long as there's like good qualities to kind of be coupled with that high attacking work rate. For example, if you've got a high attacking work rate centre back but he's got really low passing, you don't want to use him because the fact that he's going to be up the field, he's going to see a lot of the ball. If he's got bad passing, you're going to give it away a lot. But someone like Sergio Ramos, who's got nice passing, he's okay to be as a high attacking work rate because once he gets possession of the ball, he's got 3-star skill moves, he's got nice passing, nice dribbling. He can handle himself if he's caught out a little bit further up the field. In at the CDM spot, we've got a player who I just haven't used at all this year, and that's Fernandinho. And his card is just beautiful. Like, it's just brilliant. Like, 74 or higher in every single attribute. Again, really nice work rates for a CDM, medium high. It's not the be-all and end-all, as I said before, and you can see from the games that I have already played with him, 4 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, fantastic stuff. 4-star weak foot is just very nice. The other 2 centre midfield spots, we've got Kevin De Bruyne on one side and Cesc Fabregas on the other side. Now, this is where the team got really interesting for me because I haven't played with these players, yet I hear people like AA9 Skills and Nick2018 rant and rave about how good De Bruyne is. And Fabregas has just got a great card, you know, really good passing, really good dribbling. Not the best defensively, which could be a problem. Fortunately, Clichy on the left-back spot really covers for that defensive ability. Nice shooting from Fabregas, really good dribbling and passing. Not the fastest, but he's got good midfield qualities. And then De Bruyne obviously has the 4-star skill moves, the 5-star weak foot. You can see 4 games played with him, 2 assists. no goals for his 4 games. But again, a really nice card, and he has got the defensive qualities. In my opinion, this year in FIFA, the actual defending stat is irrelevant. Not necessarily for defenders, but for midfielders and defensive-minded midfielders, the defending stat just isn't that important. And the fact that De Bruyne's got 75 physical, that's what's important. Good pace, good physicality. He's going to be shoving the midfielders off the ball that he's going to be in contention with. And I think he really helps this team up. And then in at the cam spot, guys, we've got a player that I've never used before, never considered to use, never really liked in FIFA, but is absolutely magnificent. And you can see from the 4 games that he played for me, he's got 3 goals and 3 assists. And his card is like he for me just is and was the best player in the team. You can tell by the way that I'm doing this, I've already played the games, because what I want to do with the best team in FIFA is only show you guys teams that are worthy. So if I play games and the team's not good, I won't show you that footage. I want to show you, I want to show you guys, hey, this is a team that you can go out there and just win loads of games with because it plays really well. David Silva is definitely an incredible player. 4-star skill moves, only 2-star weak foot. His run patterns were brilliant, and you'll see it throughout the gameplay footage. He got in behind the defense over and over again. His passing and dribbling are absolutely exemplary. His shooting is good, and his pace is deceiving. Only says he's got 73 pace, but he feels so much quicker on the ball. In the striker spot, we have got first up, we have got Daniel Sturridge, and last but not least, we have got, let me find him, no right forward. That's because he's not a right forward. There we go, left forward. And last but not least, we've got Alexis Sanchez. So this completes the team from Custom Tactics. When I first saw the team, I was kind of like, it's got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Got good skill moves throughout the team. 3-4-star skillers. It's got really strong defensive qualities. It's got 2 creative, maybe even with De Bruyne, 3 creative passers. I suppose it's got 86 passing, 86, 89, and 90 passing. I really wanted to try this style of football, and I don't use BPL teams this much, which again is why I picked this team on purpose, because I was like, hey, let me go out of my comfort zone, let me play with a team that I don't usually play with, because if I just built a La Liga team, you guys would just be like, yo, we've seen La Liga teams out of the yin yang, draft to glory is La Liga, we don't want to see squad builders on La Liga. You want to see something that you guys might enjoy building, you might enjoy playing with, that you can maybe change a player here or there, and this team is the team that we're going to be using for today's episode, for today's gameplay, and it looks like a really well-rounded, well-built team. We'll talk about it more as we get into the gameplay. Okay guys, as we get into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 4-4-2 99 chem team. I am playing in the cup, not in divisions, just because I've always done that, I guess, in the best team in FIFA. One thing I was thinking about as we start watching the goals here was, I don't know if you guys actually, like I said in the start of the video, like I played with the team first and then I knew I was going to make the video. Do you want me to not do that? Because if somebody has a great team but I think is a bad team, I think maybe you guys should also know and then know why. So let me know if you'd want to see if I should just live record the intro, do the gameplay, have that as the video, or if I should play the gameplay, then live record the intro knowing whether or not the team's going to be good or bad. Anyway, we get off to a really great start, and what I absolutely loved about this team was the fluidity within the passing and movement. And I found the movement to be the greatest thing. One thing that I was quite fortunate of, actually, of the 4 games that we play here today, 3 of the 4 teams came with the 4-4-2 formation. I haven't seen 4-4-2 often all year, and then I get 3 out of 4 games as 4-4-2, which makes me think either a YouTuber or a streamer or a Redditor or a forumer has made a guide or had success with the 4-4-2 and other people are trying to emulate it. Let me tell you guys something about the 4-4-2. It's terrible. 3 flat lines is terrible. For me personally anyway, I just absolutely hate it. Like I say though, what I loved about this team, and I think it was helped by the fact I was playing against flat lines for 3 of the 4 games, was just the fluidity and the movement of the entire team. Fabregas, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne were just brilliant there. They really opened up the space for quite often Sanchez and Sturridge to get in behind. But more often than not, what I found was one of the midfielders would occupy that forward spot, pushing the forward out, which is why I scored so many goals with the midfielders. Funnily enough, I didn't score any with De Bruyne. I think I scored 3 or 4 with David Silva, and 2 with Fernandinho, and 3 with Cesc Fabregas, something like that. But this team was just so nice to play, and you find ourselves up here 6-0 against this guy. I think he'd given up playing at points in the game and then kept picking the controls back up, and I smashed an absolute banger there with Alexis Sanchez. You'll see by the graphic on the screen, guys, that I personally found that Sturridge, Sanchez and Silva were the best 3 players on the park, and that's not to say that the other 3 players weren't great, because the other 8 players weren't great, because they were great. I only conceded 2 goals throughout the entire time of the 4 games. I think I got a 7-0 win, the 4-1 win, a 5-1 win, and a 3 or 4-0 rage quit, which was just brilliant. And as you see Fernandinho there, I didn't realise he has a bit of a banger on him. He has a bit of a long shot. Now, this team altogether, guys, cost about 200 to 210,000 coins. It is quite expensive. There are players that you can replace quite easily to get a different alternative in. For example, if you can't afford Koscielny or Otamendi, you could potentially put in, I don't know, pretty much any BPL centre-backs, really. There's a lot of really good cheap BPL centre-backs. Maybe like, I don't know, Gabriel and Vertonghen or something. You know, Nathaniel Klein's quite cheap. Gael Clichy's quite cheap. Instead of Sanchez and Sturridge, there is an absolute plethora of BPL strikers that are so cheap, you know. Remy, I'm thinking, hold on. Remy, Doumbia, or any of the pace merchants, basically, that you want to have up front, you can have up front. Any of the skillers, even the 3-star skillers, players like Jermaine Defoe, yeah, they're not the fastest, which seems to be what this team is built around up front, but they're still going to be absolutely classic for you. And you saw again there, a nice little 4-0 win, that guy rage quit. 3rd opponent we come up against, this guy's got a really, really nice team. It's not like I'm playing against weak teams. He's got Costa, Aubameyang, Lahm, David Silva, Sergio Ramos. He's got 2nd in form Casillas, Franco Ribery, Bellerin and Navas. Like, he's got a fantastic team. It was just really easy with this team that I've got to pick him apart. And you'll see here, I pick up, I actually get really lucky with the first goal here. Actually, he plays a free kick. It falls to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne hits one pass through. Daniel Sturridge is clean through on goal. He gets back, tracking the defenders. Sturridge cuts inside, smashes it home. We've seen so much already from the attack. You guys can see the attack of this team is frightening. What does it lack? Potentially lacks another 4-star skiller somewhere in the midfield or attack, or just a 5-star skiller in general. I think 5-star skills can be really, really helpful, but in this game, in this team, it doesn't have them. And that's probably like the only negative of the entire team, is that this team doesn't have a 5-star skiller. It has a clinical finisher in Sanchez. It has a pace merchant in Sturridge. It has skills and pace and power. It has pretty much everything in midfield. And then the defense, which again is something I don't talk about much, but I wanted to show that tackle. That was one of a few tackles that I could have shown, just because there weren't many tackles to be made. I personally steer clear of the BPL this year because I didn't like the defense. After playing with this upgraded Koscielny and this Otamendi together, I gotta say, I've been making a huge mistake the entire 6 months that this game has been released. The BPL defense is one of the strongest, if not the strongest in the game. The pace and power of players like Otamendi, Company, Koscielny, Cahill, like, they're just so good. And then as we explained at the start of the video, you've got so many choices on the wings for who you can use. Again, we come up against another 4-4-2 team, and again, he's got a brilliant team. Sturridge, Remy, Company, Otamendi, Joe Hart, Azpilicueta, Zabaleta, Payet, Ramsey, Sterling, and Juan Mata. It's not like these are bad players. It's not, you know, I know I'm in the cup, and I know a lot of people discredit the cup, although I've got something coming out soon to kind of talk about divisions versus cups versus singles versus drafts, but we'll talk about that in a future video. But as you can see, this team just picks people apart. Am I just having a good day at FIFA? I don't even know, because the last 3 or 4 days, I've been playing really bad FIFA. So to come and pick up this team and absolutely demolish all 4 opponents in the cup, all in a row, was just brilliant. Fabregas there with some trickery in the box, does the fake shot stop. 2 defenders try and slide, tackle each other, open up the space for Fabregas. Beautiful finesse shot to the far post. 2-0, 35 minutes in the final game. And it wasn't long before we scored another one again. De Bruyne, lovely passing move back to Fernandinho. Fernandinho back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne out wide to Sanchez. I tried the triple tap cross here. Didn't quite work out. Still fell to Sturridge. Right place at the right time. And that again is just the epitome of what this team is. It's just a team of players that make the perfect runs, and they just always seem to be in the right place. Once again, Fernandinho, quite often that player's marked at the top of the box there. You don't get that much time to have the shot. He has another banging shot in off the bar. It's his second shot from a very similar position, puts us 4-0 up. And then a few minutes, 20 minutes after half-time here, De Bruyne, lovely passing move again into David Silva. David Silva to Fernandinho. Fernandinho, a beautiful pass out right to Nathaniel Klein. Klein gets into the box, lovely ball roll past the defender. Gets really lucky here again to get the ball back with Sturridge, but Sturridge fights off as Pilaqueta, pops that one in, back of the net. As I said, it was 5-1, and that's how the game finished. So just a wealth of goals in this team, and a team that played beautifully from bottom to top. I can't even fault Begovic. I know I conceded a couple of goals. Typically, it weren't actually his fault. It was my fault with bad defending. He made some good saves. In general, this team was just spectacular. Would I say this is the best team in FIFA? Like, I wouldn't say it's not the best team in FIFA. That's what I would say. I'd say it could potentially be the best team in FIFA. It has everything. I will win as many games with this team as I would with my main team, with all those blue cards and legends and informs and such. I would have the same win-loss ratio with this team because it just plays like an absolute charm. This, guys, however, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.